It said, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. There are many who are subject to bondage because they don't know that when Christ died and was buried, we were delivered from every ordinances of man and the world. That is why it said in Colossians 2:14, it said, having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a public show of them, triumphing over them by the cross. But what did he do first? He first of all blotted every handwriting of ordinance that was against you. See, if you don't know this, you can't be a Christian. Being a Christian is beyond, I attend the church. You know, we have watered down Christianity and people are fighting to defend denomination. Somebody meets you, the first thing he calls is the name of his church, but he's not standing on truth. And people can kill to defend the name of their church, but they don't even know what they are standing on. Christ was buried, and because of that, you have the power to be separated from the world. And that is not all. On the third day, he rose again from the dead. So the life you are living now is a life beyond the grave. This is why we are sure that when we leave this world, we are not hopeless. When we leave this world, we are transiting to glory. Absence from the body is presence with the Lord. When he rose from the dead, he brought us into a new economy. Romans chapter 6 verse 5. It said, if we are risen with him, then we will walk in the newness of life. This is life beyond the grave. And this is where the victory of the Christian begins from. Paul speaking in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 17, he said, if Christ did not rise from the dead, he said, our faith is vain and our preaching is empty. He said, if only in this life we have hope, we are of all men most miserable. So the fifth canon of the faith is that Christ rose from the dead. This is what we preach, and this is the substance of the gospel. And it still doesn't stop there. Christ ascended to heaven. I heard recently somebody said Christ didn't ascend to heaven, that he entered the disciples. God. We are in a generation of terrible heresies. You know, when you know too much, you have a problem. You want to now invent things in scripture. That Christ didn't ascend, that he disappeared and entered. And the whole justification is Christ in you is the hope of glory. So Christ disappeared and entered the believer. He didn't ascend to heaven. And they don't know the implication of those statements. If Christ does not ascend, there's no calling. Because our callings comes from the ascension. In Ephesians chapter 4, from verse 8 to verse 11, the Bible said, wherefore he said, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity